Well, welcome back to Rio Olympics. Less than 2 weeks away. Our next guest, Jack Rossiter, is going as an Olympic shooter. Joins us now. Jack, thanks for your time. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, so you found out in April. Was it a nervous wait, or were you confident that you were going?
I was pretty confident because I added up the spots that we had, and I was shooting well at the time, so I was happy I got selected and happy to be a part of the team.
10-metre air rifle. For the viewers, can you take us through the 10-metre air rifle? Obviously, the distance is 10 metres.
Yep.
How does it work? What's the number of shots you fire?
So it's a 60-shot competition, shot in 1 hour 15 minutes, and that's just one whole block, the 1 hour 15 minutes. And we have siders before that for 15 minutes. That's unlimited amount of shots just to get yourself prepared for the match. And
they're not part of the competition?
No, they're not counted shots. They're just
warm-ups.
Yeah, pretty much. So we shoot 1.77 caliber air rifles, and over a distance of 10 metres in a standing position.
When you talk about sighting, I've seen a photo of you. You've got like a lens, I guess, almost over your eye that you clip down. Is that the part you're sighting along with the rifle, or is there a separate sight on the rifle?
The sight is on the rifle. That's just to cover my eye so I don't have to close it. So it's just the one eye that's focusing through the sight. Yeah.
All right. Why rifle shooting? What made you pick rifle shooting as a sport?
At the Ranella Fair for Christmas, I went down there as a kid about 7 years ago, and they had a come and try day at the rifle club. So I went and tried it, and then I kept coming back to the junior club because I liked it. That was every Wednesday. Then I was getting better. I was improving, so I started shooting state comps, and then I got picked up in the team and started training with the national team.
I think that's probably a better start than the trying to shoot the ducks at the Royal Show, mate, with the bent sights.
The old air rifle.
You just walk away from shooting forever, don't you?
Well, you touched on it then, though, Jack. You say you started going on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Because you were getting good. What's a training week look like for Jack now?
It varies. Leading up to the Olympics, we've done a lot in the past couple of weeks with training camps, so about 5 to 6 days a week, maybe a bit less than that. We also have the gym and stuff like that we go to, but normally it's about 5 days a week.
The weight of the rifle, I mean, 2 questions. The cost of the rifle, I imagine they're fairly expensive.
It's about $4,000 for the air rifle, and the max weight is 5 kilograms that you can have.
What's the lightest you can have?
5.5 actually. I don't think there's a light.
There's not a light. What's yours?
5.15.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about getting to Rio. I mean, you're in Glasgow in 2014 as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was a good experience. It was different than what I expected, dealing with media and everything like that. So it's good to have the experience behind me going into the Olympics before, for sure, because I heard that it was basically a smaller version of the Olympics. So
it is a smaller version, no question. And I mean, getting into the village is quite an adjustment in itself, isn't it? Because there's a lot of distractions. I imagine that's what you found in Glasgow, and there's a lot going on, and suddenly you see Usain Bolt walking by, and for a young fella, there's a lot of things that will happen. When do you leave? When do you leave?
We head off on Tuesday to Rio. So
straight to the village.
Straight to the village. Yep.
Okay, settle in.
Yeah.
When you go to the training camp and you've got your 15 minutes of warm up target, what's your routine in that first 15 minutes? What are you trying to get through?
First 15 minutes is basically sighting in the rifle, because you put the sights on the gun after having it packed away. So it could have moved, they could have got knocked potentially, hopefully not. So it's just fine-tuning the rifle and making sure you're prepared, settled for the match. What
about you though, with your breathing? They always say, when I talk to the shooters, they always talk about having their breathing.
Yeah, you have your breaths. So I have about 3 breaths before I shoot.
Yeah.
And then it's also checking the balance while you're in the standing position. It's different to prone, because when you're in prone, you're lying on the ground, so you don't have to check your balance. So standing, you check your balance, do your breaths, and then come onto the target, make sure you're settled. So that's what you're basically trying to achieve in the first 15 minutes.
Then you got your qualifying round of your hour and 15.
Yeah.
Once you have a great round there and you make the final, how does that work? Is it 20 shots? Is that what you...
Yep, so it's a 20-shot final. It's usually a 2-hour gap between the end of the qualifying and the start of the final. So you need to maybe keep yourself separate from everyone else, stay focused, treat it as a small break.
Yep.
So the final, you have sighting shots as well for the final.
Yep.
That's only 8 minutes. And then they introduce everyone, and then you start your final. So they have 3 shots, 2 lots of 3 shots that they start with, and then 2 lots of single shots after that, but for 20 shots, so another 14 single shots.
Okay.
Then after every 2, they knock someone out.
Wow.
So the pressure comes on. Let's take you back. You've done your 15 minutes of sighting. Then you've got 60 minutes.
You have an hour 15 for your 60 shots.
For your 60 shots. Have you got a routine? Do you go in with the same routine that you've been practicing?
Yeah, so you set up a plan going into the competition. So the competition will take me about 50 to 55, depending how long I have a break for in the middle of the match. So I'll split it in 2 halves and have a break at 30 shots.
Yep.
Depending how the match is going, if I'm shooting a bit lower, I'll probably have a break a bit earlier. But if I'm shooting excellent, no need to take a break. So I'll just
go through the whole match. More with the feel. Have you looked at some of the best shooters around the world? And luckily in Australia we have some of the best shooters at their routines. Have you tried to copy anyone? Or have you just formed your own?
You look at them and try to grab something from each person, like what could suit you. We also have the national coach, and he's really good. He coached Czech Republic, so he's got lots of experience, and he's a world champion himself. So,
yeah. What are you hoping to get in Rio? I mean, what's your target?
I want to shoot a good score for myself. So if that can get me in the final, I'll be happy with that. But if it just misses out, then
what's Jack calling a good score, mate? What's a good score going to be?
A 624 plus, I'd say. That'd be a good score.
And the best you've shot is?
627.
Okay. All right. What do you think you need to win it?
To win it, I think.
Could that vary? Is there a big variable?
It varies, because at the last couple of World Cups, it's been 626, sometimes 628. But some say the Olympic scores are a bit lower because there's a few less people. But all the best people are going, so it could also still be high. So I'm going to guess around 626 to make the final.
A lot of teams go in, basketball for example, we go in, we've got a good supporter base because we are a team as such. What about the shooters? I mean, although you're shooting in 10 metres, I imagine there's a shooting team around you that
we have the team and we're all friends, so you have shotgun as well as pistol. So
they'll all be there when you're shooting?
Yep. They'll be there. Everyone supports each other.
How many in your team?
In the rifle team, there is 5 of us.
Yep.
Then in shotgun, I can't remember, about 7, and then the same with pistol.
So it's a good support
19
base.
going, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. You shoot on August the 8th.
Yep.
It's all finished for you August the 8th. Gold medal, silver, bronze, best result, whatever it may be, is finished August the 8th.
Yes.
What's Jack got planned for after 9, 10, 11? I mean, assuming you're on the podium and lots of accolades and lots of interviews, and if that doesn't happen and you perform your best, then that's an outstanding achievement in itself.
I'll still be happy.
Exactly right. What happens after that? Is it go and seek out other events? And
I'll probably go watch some other events.
Have you got a favourite?
I want to go watch a tennis match and a basketball match. So.
Okay.
Basketball match.
Good answer.
I think I can organise basketball. Might be able to help you with that one.
No
Do you know many of the other athletes that are going? Have you been, you know, the chef de mission, Kitty Chilla's talking about, we want to form a big team, we want it to be. Have you had a chance to meet any of the other athletes outside of the shooting team, or it's just been too hectic?
Outside of shooting, I've met some from Commonwealth Games that are still going as well. So I know some people, but I know all of the shooters, so that'll be a good support group, but I'm sure I'll meet more people while I'm over there.
You know, with athletes in basketball, there's superstitions. Guys have to carry their sand shoes in their bag, for example. They can pack everything else, but they've got to carry their sand shoes. It's a bit difficult to carry your rifle on the plane. Is there some superstition for you?
I don't have any actually, no.
No?
I know some people do. Some people have some weird ones with socks and other things like that, but I don't have any superstitions.
From what we see, mate, you're trying just hard enough to earn enough money to buy the Batmobile, is that?
That's right.
Well, Jack, we wish you all the best, mate, on your travel. Hopefully it's a personal best, and where it goes from there, time will tell. And maybe a medal, that would be fantastic for you.
Thank
but
you.
The experience at 19 will be just unbelievable, mate.
Outstanding.
So appreciate you coming in and giving us your time.
Thank you very much, guys.
Jack Rossiter was our special guest. Watch him in Rio on August the 8th. Time to go to a break. Back with more in a moment.